we just want you to know that this is Nathan. Oh, sorry, Nathan. Are we allowed to show you?
Now you're live.
Oh, we're live. Hello. Hi, everyone at YouTube. Yes, my YouTube. Well, yeah, they will have been noticed. Okay. Okay. You need to calm down. Can we show your face, Nathan?
Sure, go for it.
Look. Hello there. Live from London. Okay. Oh, look. Now live on your channel. It's emailed 1,200 people.
That's nice.
Okay.
Notifications out straight away.
Oh, someone's watching.
Someone is watching. Oh, okay. Hello there. This is live from London. This is Yasmin. And to my left, this is Eszter, one of the actresses, because we've got something very exciting. And I know it's been years. And I also want to say hello. And a big thanks to Nathan here. Can you see Nathan here? Can you see Nathan?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
There we are. Can you see? Yes. Can you see Nathan there? Because he's the amazing guy who's been helping to actually technically direct this. But he's going to go now because I think we're all right now. Thank you, Nathan. Bye. Okay, so let's go. Right, we were supposed to do this at 11:36 a.m. and she came on time at 11 a.m. I want to introduce you to, let's go over there and let's get that. Okay, come. Hello there. This is live from London. It's very manic and it's a bit crazy at the moment. All right, so let's look. Let's clear. Okay, and Eszter, you can sit there.
Oh yeah, I'm taller.
Okay. Right. This is a bit of the little and large. Why don't you hold this?
Okay.
And introduce yourself and tell them what's happening tonight.
Okay, so my name is Eszter. I'm from Hungary originally. I moved to London not so long ago. I'm horrible in introducing myself, to be honest. And I'm one of the actresses of our show tonight, which is the second part of all the films. It's titled Identity. And we go live here on YouTube on 7 p.m.
Okay, so I'm about to come and join you.
Yes.
Guess what? Maybe you can sit on here because you're taller.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm gosh, okay, so here we are. I have half. So here we are. This now looks like a professional setup. Look, as if we're in an interview studio. Okay.
Woo.
Right. So, okay.
No, I just on my phone.
Hello there. Right. I am Yasmin and this is Eszter. And we are very pleased that on the anniversary of Eszter, can you just hold that for me?
Sure.
Of the this is so awful. Look, I want to show you this. All right.
That looks awesome. It's my first time seeing it in live.
Okay. So I made this, and this is all right to pay homage, okay, to Martin Luther King, because today is the anniversary of his iconic speech he delivered, I Have a Dream, and we would like to invite you at 7 p.m. tonight, British summertime. If you come to the YouTube channel for Hate2Love, okay, which unfortunately, I wonder if we can, here we are, let's give them the Hate2Love Collective, right, website, okay.
Yeah.
Well, where is it? Oh, where's it gone? Here we are. There we are. Join us at 7 p.m. This is, sorry, you'll have to bear with me. There we are. There is a show happening live tonight so that you can come and watch what's something called All the Feels, Identity. And with me is one of the actresses who will be performing tonight. So Eszter, because you're here with me, let me know, everyone know, what will you be performing? Talk. You're doing a monologue, and it's amazing chance for anyone who actually is interested in acting or maybe wants to try a different form of entertainment or just to come along and see. But Eszter, I mean, I know this is a very terrible video, so we've never done this before, so please, sorry. And it's been years since actually I connected with my YouTube audience, so I'm really sorry, but I am here, and I should do one in Bengali. But Eszter, what will you be performing tonight?
So I'm doing that monologue, which is actually a poem-like thing. It's really nice, and it's short, but it doesn't even have to.
And who wrote it?
Amber
in the room. Come, no, my daughter Amber wrote a monologue or a poem. And what's it called?
ignorance of the heart.
I know.
I knew this.
Yeah, but it's very, very early in the morning. It's not early. It's 11:48. But what we mean is,
For
we
me,
worked
it's early.
so hard last night, didn't
Yeah.
we? Okay, so that's why. But that's all it is. And I want this because it's the first one. I want to talk about Hate to Love. And Eszter, how long have you been part? Because you've been part of it since from the beginning.
Yeah, I think when we started in March.
No, earlier. I think
Earlier.
February.
I don't even remember, but I just remember that there was the Facebook group, and I joined it, and then that just dropped. So and then I joined it, and then when I saw the first post for the workshops, I was like, I'm gonna join this. I'm at home anyway. Yeah.
And then you actually, how are you finding the Hate to Love Collective experience?
Honestly, I really like it because I mean, for first, I really like it because it's really inclusive, and the second,
When you say it's really inclusive, right? Maybe we can help because obviously it's a very international audience. Some people haven't even heard the word inclusive. What does inclusive mean to you?
The inclusive means to me that I'm accepted as who am I, and it's even welcomed if I want to put something from my own language and my own country into a performance. So it's even encouraged.
It means about having all different types of people, not just a certain group of people always on our screens. So being inclusive means maybe making sure that those who struggle to perform because of a number of barriers, that means they often don't get seen, which is often unfair. So it could be because of their race, their gender, their status in life, the fact that they have complex lives. They might be single parents, they might have health issues. We try and give people an opportunity, I guess, don't we? So so that's what it means about inclusive. And what do you think what we do at Hate to Love Collective, why is it so inclusive? And I should have actually been doing Periscope at the same time. I just realized.
I think what you mentioned, like, it's inclusive because it accepts people from all kind of walks of life. So we are like so diverse, and yet we learn so much together. We do so much together, so we can work so well. So that's also, I think it shows that like everything needs to be more diverse. And I don't know that I have ever seen like anything like this, because
I don't think anything like this does exist.
Yeah.
And if it does, we're quite happy to be shown. But I don't think anything like Hate to Love Collective. Like, for example, we've had Beatrice join now.
Yeah.
And she's never really performed her own written work. And we're just like, well, go for it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we keep our standards high, but we'll give anyone the opportunity because we're trying to prove a point, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I set it up, I was like, I want to test a theory.
Mm-hmm.
Can you actually do it on a shoestring and be diverse and inclusive and actually give everyone a shot?
Yeah, and
I think we're proving it, aren't we?
we're proving it, that
because everyone
yeah.
gets in a room and talks about it, but I don't like that, and I've never liked that, Eszter. I'm the kind of person is like, can you stop talking about it and just do it? Because you maybe can't do it because there's barriers, but then what are those barriers? And that's why I think it's a bit of a bullshit. So people will just talk about it. I'm like, well, just do it. Just hand over the power.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the problem you have is people don't want certain types of people to join, or they don't want to give out that power, and they want the same old people. And it's the same whether it's in acting, whether it's in politics, whether it's in business. I just don't think it's fair.
And basically many people talk the talk, but they not walk the walk.
No. And so, Eszter, until you met us, right, how many characters? Talk about the characters you've played. Because have you noticed, like, we include her Hungarian, but we don't make her Hungarian heritage or her nationality everything about the character. Like, she just happens to be Hungarian, but, we're not going to play stereotypes. She's a living, breathing human being who can play different characters. So we see you as Eszter playing different roles, but it's not set in Hungary. There's no Hungarian storyline,
No.
is there? We get you to perform the same. We make sure that there's material that you perform that is the same for others who might not be Hungarian.
Yeah. The things
We just adapt it a
yeah.
little bit to fit.
Yeah.
So make sure that the role not adapts actually, that's the wrong word. The role, just takes into account, might need to sometimes explain your accent, but that's it. Yeah. So that's why we might do a throwaway, but we've never turned around and we've, have we ever, or anyone in Hate2Love Collective made you feel not the same as us? Like, I think our biggest mission is to make people feel that we're all humans.
And this is interesting because we have like such a diverse cast, and you can actually see that if you give people a shot, they can perform. We just don't get the shot, and that's the problem. It's not the problem.
But you know why that is? Because in a way, it's business. They only take people who they know. They don't have to spend too much money or time, because time is money. Yeah. And then they go for people who have only ever been known to be successful. And so what you have is the same old people churning, because the ultimate mission is to make money.
Yeah.
And that's why the industry looks the way it is, because if your ambition is to make money, this is what the industry looks like. But if your ambition is, we want the best art with people who actually can act irrespective of what they look like, what their background, then it becomes a different casting process, doesn't it? And can I ask you something? All the characters that you've played for at Hate2Love Collective, have you ever got similar roles like that before you joined Hate2Love Collective, where people cast you in roles like that? Like, have you had much experience?
I mean, if it's more mainstream, that you generally only get the stereotype.
Tell us about the stereotype. What's the Hungarian actress stereotype you get?
We don't have a Hungarian stereotype. We have the Eastern European.
Oh, explain that then. Sorry.
So it's basically, even if they try to like say that a character is Hungarian, 99% of the time they just do it wrong. Is it because they don't look into it? They lump Eastern Europe into
massive,
like the same thing.
A bit like Africa though, but a bit like, this is what happens to Africa. So when everyone say Africans, I'm like, well, hang on. Can you imagine if everyone put French, Swiss, and
Belgian,
Germans, everyone in Europe, and kept saying, oh, the Europeans, oh, the Europeans. So it is a bit terrible, because they lump everyone and they refuse to see
that we are like really diverse, even in look. And then if you don't fit like a certain type of look, then they're gonna find someone who looks like I know not Polish people, a lot of Polish people playing Polish people because they are tall and blonde. Okay,
so tell us about the stereotype. So they have Eastern European, but then they'll be Polish.
Yes,
it's Eastern European Polish character.
Yeah.
So what is the typical stereotype? Is it blonde?
Yeah, they are generally
blonde
and tall. Sometimes I can't even recognize the accent, but many people get this Russianish, Polish-ish, Eastern
I've
European
noticed
accents.
The girls are always being sex trafficked.
Oh yeah. Or you a pimp, or you in part of the mafia, or you're really poor and uneducated. The Eastern European like cleaner or stuff. And
yes.
And when you have like a higher status, you're always half of something, like half Croatian, half Polish, but you don't have that strong connection to your Eastern European heritage, and your accent is always either American or British. Maybe your parents speak with an accent because your parents are the first generation, but you're always born in America or in England.
Oh, right. So what they don't do is actually bring authentic characters that do exist in, countries like Hungary, Poland, etc., and use that as a basis for character development. Yeah. They almost have to change it so it serves the appetite of what they think foreign audiences want to see from people in that.
They try to westernize it, to like water it down.
And how does that make you feel?
I mean, honestly, sometimes it makes me feel really bad, because I grew up in a different world with different set of values. Like when I see an American or like an English movie, even though those people are white like me, the culture is so very different. And even when it's supposed to look like more my culture, it just doesn't. And it somehow has this like dissonance in me that that's supposed to be me, but it's not me. And also I think it's really disrespectful.
Yeah, but this is why it's morally exciting, because we want to go back to our show tonight, and we will be wrapping up this conversation because I've been told apparently the optimal moment. Amber, can you just Google how long should YouTube videos be? But this is a chat, okay? So here's the thing. I want to now ask and talk about the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about those of us who aren't actors. Let's talk about our special guests who are appearing tonight. I know I can talk about it a bit more than Eszter, but Eszter, can you remember the last time you were in a performance show that featured people from Rwanda? A composer who is Iraqi living in London and who also happens to be a war refugee, as well as, we're hoping, you don't know this has just been decided because, you know, we're going to patch in people from Bangladesh, a gentleman from Bangladesh, as well as we have Black creatives who are performing Shakespeare monologue, right? All of this is in homage to Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. So I think tonight, 7 p.m. BST, it would be a great privilege for the YouTube followers, all of you who just follow, just to tune in and, you know, join us in the show. Because we'll have a live Q&A. And I just realized, actually, this is mostly probably, I think there's a lot of Bangladeshi people who follow me on YouTube as well. So I should actually do a separate one in Bengali for you later. But I think tonight we're going to have a live Q&A. I'm utterly exhausted. I look absolutely crazy. I haven't done my hair properly. She's so lovely.
You're pretty.
Oh, she's so lovely because she's come round, Eszter. And this is what I mean. Like, good energy attracts good energy.
Yeah.
A year ago, I didn't know her. It's
I'm
the
a
first
firm
time
believer.
I'm meeting her in my life. We've been acting together, and it's been incredible because usually we don't see each other because of COVID. But what I'm saying is tonight will be quite prolific, I hope, because, Eszter, we also needs to be funded. None of us take money. Have we ever paid each other? Did we ever get any money?
No.
And you can verify that what resources we provide as CEO of Love Dash to sponsor Hate2Love Collective is not money. We just share our resources because we're really broke ourselves at Love Dash. Yeah, right.
No, I don't know about Love Dash, but I'm broke.
And under COVID, it's really hard, you know, to sell stuff because that's why we've had to switch it a bit. Well, like you'll see Amber's wearing the T-shirt. Well, all of that had events over summer. All of that got cancelled. So we're stuck with 400 of these T-shirts to sell.
No.
Yeah. So we're going to go to the office soon because Eszter very kindly knows I'm really busy. She's going to go to the office, fetch some T-shirts. We're going to give you one to wear actually tonight. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And Amelia's going to get one, right? Yours we need back, unfortunately, but still, as soon as we can, we'll get her one free. I think you'll agree with that. Because guess what? How much they're worth, really? £113.36. So it's actually like our stock. It's like our, you know, we'd love to be giving them away when we're rich and, you know.
Yeah.
But we're going to go. We're going to pick up the T-shirts. You're going to take it to Amelia, who's the deputy CEO at Hate2Love Collective, performing some incredible monologues tonight. Also, one of the Shakespeare monologues. Yes. And we're also going to showcase, this is where it gets exciting, the Hate2Love Collective T-shirts that we, Amber and I, have designed, similar but different. And that is to fight hatred and racism. Because it's Hate2Love Collective, we do a lot as well in a gentle way, not to punish, not to tell anyone off, but to inspire people to think differently when it comes to subjects of hate and racism or any kind of ism, and to try and take that feeling into a more like sense of love. And we were joking about it last night.
Yeah.
Because I said, names not mentioned, I was having a fight with an influencer, verbal, or, you know, I just don't like. And somebody, that's what's so lovely about the acting community. They're so kind, so caring. And immediately people in the Hate2Love Collective, two of you said, oh, but we have to start from a place of love. And I said, But remember, why did I do hate to love?
Yes.
Because in order to get to love, we do have to examine what makes people hate.
Yes.
And once you examine why they feel the way they do, then you can start tackling about how to move them towards love.
Yeah.
To try and force people to go straight to love, it
Yeah.
doesn't happen. And I know they should, but there's lots of reasons. And that's why people ask me always, Yasmin, why don't you mention the words hate and love in any of your scripts? I said, because we do it to just, A, it's a writing challenge, but B, we try and avoid those words hate and love, because even when you hear it, it's so strong.
Yeah.
The extremes of each other. So we say it's all the in between, right? Between hate and between love, there's a whole plethora, right? You can actually, if you look at the words that you might use to describe hate, dislike, or problem, or fear. I'd much rather use fear than use hatred in a script. Yeah, that's a much more interesting way to explore hate. Whereas if you just say hate, where do you go with that?
Oh yeah, because like hate can come from fear. Hate can come from jealousy. Hate. Oh, that the feeling of hate is always comes from something else. It always comes from another.
Exactly,
feeling.
From abuse.
Yeah, from abuse.
From abuse. From injustice. Yeah. From a sense of also entitlement.
Yeah.
Yes, because this is mine. Why should someone else have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably the best time you've helped me, because sometimes people say, oh, but Yasmin, why? Do you remember they couldn't understand? And I said, I will try and explain it one day. It just forces people to use everything else but hate, because as soon as you hear the word hate or love, you make a decision psychologically. Do you know that? So if I was to say, I love you, yeah, that's very clear.
Yeah.
If I say I hate you, that's very clear. It's very hard to get away from that.
Yeah, that's why so many people are afraid in a relationship, and it's like, oh, I love you, and it's like, oh.
But if you say I hate you, once you've said I hate, where do you go with that?
Yeah.
But if you say I dislike you, while it's still strong, it's not hate.
Yeah. Or like I don't appreciate. Like,
I don't appreciate
what you do things.
But that's a form of expressing hatred for something.
Yeah.
So we're going off on one, but I think that's why I start with hate, because I could have had love to hate. But that doesn't make sense, does it? Why would you love to hate? But hate to love.
In the beginning, I messed it up a few times.
No, but now you understand. You start, and what's it? You start with hate as an emotion to explore that before you guide people to love, and then the collective is another word. I mean, I could have called it the hate to love fam, as in family, but I thought no. Collective is a bit more artistic term to say we collectively gather, and I hope you'll agree it's quite democratic. Yeah. Like always, I always ask, last night there was a decision and we were talking about the photos.
Oh, yeah.
And, there was a lot of discussion. I think we spent about 10 minutes actually. But at the end of the day, often, you got to listen. If people are good and kind, there'll be a consensus that's reached that makes sense. And while I disagreed with it, I might have been the founder. I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to go with the majority. I don't really agree, maybe, but we went with it. So collective is a very important way of letting people know in the acting world that we work in a collaborative, creative, democratic way to produce the show. So really can't stress enough. I wish, because apparently if we had 100 subscribers, I could have gone straight to the channel. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
And played them. So look, that's why I think, I don't know, what does that mean? When I click this, here we are. Okay, so what does that mean?
I don't know. I think it does something. I don't know.
Yeah, it does do something, but it doesn't give you the option, because then you would have the option to actually, there'll probably be all your channels. Which one do you want to talk about?
Maybe when you connect your channels.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Eszter, the delightful Eszter, has come around. And by the way, what's that flower?
It's
I've seen it.
The Marie Curie Foundation.
Marie Curie to fight for cancer.
So they are a charity and they work with terminally ill people.
Yeah, terminally ill.
So they nurses and people, they work on a volunteering basis.
Volunteer.
They volunteer, yeah. That's why it's a charity.
Oh my God, that's incredible. So, anyway, we've gone on for 25 minutes. I'm absolutely mortified that this is my first ever YouTube live. But
Mine too.
I'm so proud to have come across, and we'll try and put some links in my YouTube of Eszter, maybe your spotlight.
Oh yeah.
Describe spotlight, because another time we'll do this more seriously, because this one is Miss Yasmin is Yasmin talks. What's the title we give this? Talks Yasmin talks acting. No,
the industry
talks
Hate2Love.
Talks. I think mostly we've been talking about acting, haven't you? With Eszter, Hungarian actress. Yeah, because we've got to think. People might Google it. Hungarian actress, isn't it? Yeah, acting, Hungarian actress, and Hate2Love Collective. Yeah. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, and I've got a feeling, although it's gone out to 1,200 people, it'd be really nice if you have any comments. Please shout out, and don't forget to join us live at 7 p.m. British summertime to watch The Other Thing. Everyday life, something. Hate is taught by the fake politicians around the world. They are those who manipulate and mislead the society to hate when there is no equality. You are so right.
Division and segregation.
Yeah, and this is why you have absolutely pinpointed. So you see, I'm so pleased to welcome you and say thank you for that amazing comment. Everyday life, something has written this. Hate is taught by the fake politicians around the world. They are those who manipulate and mislead the society to hate when there is no equality in society, where there is division and segregation. So you're right. We are deliberately kept segregated. At the end of the day, interestingly, can I tell you something? What I found out, when we all get buried, then there's no segregation. Have you noticed that? To some extent. Like, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we return to Earth. The Earth doesn't care what color eyes you had, what color skin,
how
and
much
what you're
money.
social. The only things that we all leave behind, because people say, oh, when you die, you don't leave behind anything. Yes, we do, bones. And guess what? Those bones are all the same color. And that's why I think that's a very, very powerful image that I want to help people to understand, that when they see humans, they should do like an X-ray and just see the skeleton, right? And, it's a bit like dogs as well. I don't understand why humans, so if you're talking about, for example, racism, people love all different kinds of colors dogs, but they understand that dogs still have the capacity to still love and care for their owner. Yeah. But then so do humans. And we grew up as babies. So where does that change? Because the world is full of people, I believe, who actually don't want us to be like our best friends, dogs in the world. They want humans in little corners fighting each other. And they educate us to believe we're different. And by staying different and not feeling that we're the same, that we are better off.
Yeah.
But we're not better off. And you can still be different, right? So that's why I do support people's heritage, keeping their culture, but it doesn't mean you have to betray humanity in your pursuit to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to say goodbye now. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. End.